My name is Grant Hamby. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about Philip Glass's second piano etude. I will not be discussing the etudes generally here. If you want to know more about the collection as a whole, you can watch my video about the first etude, where I go into all that in the beginning. Okay, before we begin, I will have to be honest with you. Originally, I had planned to do all the etudes, but on reflection, I don't know if I'll be able to get to all of them. I found working on this etude rough going for some reason. It just didn't speak to me. I don't dislike it, but I didn't find it particularly inspirational. I have no idea why. So I will still be producing videos in the future that analyze Glass's etudes, but I'll be more selective in which ones I choose to analyze. So with that out of the way, let's begin. Coming after the very extroverted first etude, the second etude begins quietly and meditatively. Unlike the first etude, there is a noticeable lack of melodic lines. It begins with a broken chord pattern in which there is a descending bass line within a sequence of seventh chords. Then about rehearsal 5, the texture changes to block chords in a straight 4/4 rhythm, building to a climax about rehearsal number 7. And then it subsides, returning to the broken chord pattern from the beginning. The overall architectural structure of the piece is like that of a pyramid that rises to a peak point and then gradually goes back down. Now, when you first hear the etude, the beginning broken chord pattern has a distinct syncopated feel, and that's the result of alternating 7/8 and 4/4 measures. And Glass groups the notes together in groups of 2s, 3s, and 4s. Let's have a listening to that opening sequence. So you can hear the da 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 da. It sounds slightly irregular. There's a bit of an irregular rhythm going on. Harmonically, the opening sequence forms the nucleus of the etude, and that sequence will be repeated throughout in its original form. It's a sequence of major and minor seventh chords, resolving into an inverted C major triad at the end of the phrase. Let's have a listening to that sequence. The chords only, that is. So you can hear Glass's fondness for mediate relationships as well in this sequence, though there is next to nothing traditionally tonal about this music. Now, at this juncture, we're going to go into goofball territory. You can call me insane, but for some reason, I felt like the opening of this etude reminded me of another work I'd heard before. And after thinking about it, actually probably definitely overthinking, I decided that somehow it kind of reminded me of a short section in the second movement of Rachmaninov's second piano concerto. The strings, at the beginning of the piece, the strings come in a series of chord progressions from C major to E major, and then the piano comes in with this broken chord pattern until the clarinet begins with the main melody. So let's have a listen to that short section. Okay, so yeah, I may be completely off my rocker, but somewhere in my subconscious I heard a similarity between the opening of Glass's second etude and this snippet. Now, why might that be? I mean, they're really very different when you look at them closely. I think it's because they're both broken chord patterns using complex seventh, and in Rachmaninov's case, ninths, and there's an 11th chord in there as well. But both have a kind of descending line in the bass that, to me at least, rises out of this also gently syncopated pattern. Rachmaninoff's, this work is in 4/4, but his use of triplets in the broken chord pattern gives the feel of 12/8, and the way that he emphasizes individual notes, especially in the descending line, it makes it feel, even though it's in 4/4, it makes it feel like it's a kind of clashing between 4/4 and 12/8. So, but I think, and lastly though, I think that there's something in the mood of these works that feels similar, as if there's kind of a strange synchronicity going on. But again, maybe I'm really barking up the wrong tree. Who knows? Tell me what you think. Am I just simply full of it? Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe to my channel. I also have a Ko-fi account link below if you'd like to buy me a coffee to help me get jacked for the next video. I drink a lot of coffee. Also, I am starting a weekly newsletter over at Substack, which will be focused on musical topics such as creativity and composition, as well as aesthetics and criticism. I also plan to use it as a way to provide consistent updates to my YouTube channel. It's completely free to sign up, so please consider subscribing to my newsletter over at Substack. I'll include the link below. I wish you all an excellent rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next one.